Hello YouTube, this is Glitterface, and welcome back to Minecraft, for real this time. As you can tell, I'm on the 1-to-1 scale ship. I still don't like this, but I don't really know what to do about it because the cargo hatch is there as well, and I need chains, and I do know that this should actually be overhanging here, so... Okay, before I do anything else, I'm actually going to fix this, and I'm going to fix this on camera. I'm not going to time-lapse this, because I don't think it'll take too long. And to clarify, yes, this is going to be a time-lapse. This video is going to be time-lapsed. Because it was a mistake last time. I will be perfectly honest with you, that was a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. It was annoying to record. I don't think a lot of you wanted to watch an hour-long video. I really don't know why I thought that would be a good idea. But yeah, it wasn't. So I think it's actually okay if this extends all the way out here like this. Okay, but we're gonna do that. So that does make it look really, really long though. So maybe we'll do that actually. Does that work? Eh. Something like that. That's fine. And then if we go like, I just really hope I'm not making the same mistake I made in the last time I tried to build this on camera because, well, you saw how that went. I couldn't decide on a design, and yeah. So the thing is, like, there were little bits here that kind of, oh, that's not good. Kind of stuck out the side like this, came out and connected to here. So I might try to mimic that by doing this. That doesn't look too bad. I don't like how big the iron bars are, but for now I'm going to commit to this, and okay, if the crane changes the next time you see it, then I will walk you through the changes that I made. I'm kind of hoping it won't, because it's annoying to do. I'm going to add the cargo hatches in here, so find the middle block, right there. Let's make them 4 wide? Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 gaps between them, or like that. And maybe I should move them... Okay, I'm going to move all of them 2 blocks back. Here we go, and now see, I don't want them getting in the way of the stairs, so I'm going to move them back 1 more block, and that puts them in line with the cranes, which is actually perfect because the cranes, that's what the cranes are for. So yeah, that worked out perfectly. I'm glad. I might actually move these 1 block closer to each other. Yeah, that's fine. So now, 1, 2, 3, 4... Nope, just 3. 3 either side, and like that. 1, 2, 3. As long as that looks good from above, which I think it does, we're okay. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, I'm doing this little orange line across the bottom because Titanic had that on this part. And I showed you, I did not realize this, I had to rewatch the videos through to see where I was, had to remove the entire superstructure because I'd done that and I lost the video files. So, yeah, but I realized I'd actually shown you what I'm going to do for a lot of the ship. These maps here are magic, and I forgot that I'd done them because the iron bars actually cover them really freaking well. Though the gaps might be a little bit small, I do admit. Anyway, I'll add the anchor chains either off-screen or later in this video, probably off-screen. And, yeah. There is a little bit of stuff that I would like to show in this video. I do actually have a plan for what I want to show in this video. This wasn't actually part of it, but I realized that I should probably do these. Okay, so I'm going to kind of mimic a tarp over the top here by doing this. And what this will do is, and I'll explain why I'm only covering a bit of it shortly here. 3 blocks over the top, and this will kind of mimic sort of a bump in a tarp, if you will. Like, so if I put slabs over here, then it looks like the tarp's just kind of like suspended over the top of it, which is exactly the aesthetic I'm going for. The only problem is that the white does extend all the way down, but that's okay, it doesn't matter too much. As long as it's believable, right? Anyway, yeah, so those item frame maps, that's what I'm going to do along here, because I want the outside of this to be white, which means that this has to be white. Because the outside and top should be white, so. Multiple sides of the block showing means less item frames on the inside, which is just better. And fortunately, it is a single block of color, which is easy to do. If it were less than a block of color, or a little bit more than a block of color, it would be really, really annoying. It would be possible, but it would be annoying. There we go. And in the middle here, okay, so, I've kind of, okay, I'm going to be honest, I've kind of forgotten how to do this. I'm going to show you what I remember. Just bear in mind that I might be wrong. I don't think I will be, though. So, what I want here is, I'm sorry, I'm taking way too long here. Okay, I'll get it later. So there was, I believe this was a telephone. Ooh, wrong fence color. I believe this was a telephone in the middle. Excuse me. And there would actually be a telephone up here as well, but I just don't have room for that. I say I don't have room for that. I'm going to try it, but I'm pretty sure there isn't room. So that might have to be omitted. Which is fine. Like, I'm willing to make sacrifices for this as long as it looks good overall. It's just a bit of a shame. That, yeah, see, it just doesn't look quite right. And that's also a problem, so, yeah. So, that doesn't, it's not the worst result in the world. It's a bit unfortunate, but it's something I can live with. And, now I want, because there would be 2 capstans either side of that, so I want, let's use anvils, actually. That's what I usually use for capstans, and there's a good reason. Anvils in Minecraft look a lot like, oh wait, no, that's not what I, sorry. Nope, these are good for bollards, so like if you put these along the side of the ship like that, they actually make great bollards. And I'm going to, yeah, I'm actually going to leave those there, because they actually look pretty good. Anyway, sorry, I get sidetracked a lot. And I'm still not on what I even wanted to show you guys in this video. Anyway, okay. For my own peace of mind, I'm going to finish this so that you see what I'm talking about. So, there would be 2 capstans either side of this, and we're just going to use walls and gold-weighted pressure plates. And that looks, do you know what, I'm happy with that. That actually looks really good. There was a capstan on one side of the mast as well, I don't remember which side, as well as, like, bollards here, and here. So this is a weird section of the ship, this little triangle here, because this area ultimately will not be symmetrical. There was, like, an anchor here, which I think I tried to build already. It's way too big. The fact that this slab's not going to make this really difficult on me, but that's okay. I'll work through it. I'll figure something out. Getting sidetracked all the time, all the time. Okay, so, moving on to something that I actually wanted to show you. Is how to make this little curve here. I don't think I actually showed you guys how to make it. I think I just kind of made it in a time-lapse part. So, we're just going to go the same height as here. So this is 1, 2, 3 blocks and a half slab. The half slab is mostly just for this. You don't need the half slab for the curve. But I wanted this little half slab bit up here, so I did need it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here, block on top, or stairs on top, block here, and then 2 slabs, one there, and one there, and that's it. Just like that, you have a nice curved hull. And I wanted to show you it from down here. I realize the crane kind of blocks it, which is kind of a shame. There we go. If I have it like there, then you can kind of see it just about. And it looks pretty good. It's not the best, but it's pretty close. There was another thing that I actually wanted to show you guys. Not how to do, but just that I have done off camera. This bit, I was going to tear it down as well and redo it as well. But I'm sorry, I can't be bothered. And it would be so much work to redo. So I'm just going to leave it, but I will show you guys basically what I did. So right here, there's 1, 2, 3 blocks in. The 4th block is for the fence, so don't worry about that. It's 1, 2, 3 blocks in. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks of diagonal. Then out one more and across. And you get kind of this shape, which is actually perfect. That is exactly what I was going for. I left the mini Titanic over there. I hope you guys aren't too mad at me for that. We do have 2 cranes here as well. They're built in exactly the same way as the bow cranes. I put one stair like that and one stair like that, and I kind of slanted the arms out a little bit. I'll leave this here for a little bit so you can just about see it. Yeah. I don't know why I'm bothering showing you guys this anyway. Alright, sorry about that weird jump cut there. Stuff came up. Anyway, I honestly don't remember what you guys saw in the last video. And I was showing the cranes, yeah. I'm gonna have to backtrack a little bit. It's been a couple hours since I did the last recording session, I don't remember much. So same basic concept, a little bit shorter, still just 2 slabs, block with stairs on it, and it makes a rather nice curve, I believe. Same thing here, although this should actually be like that. Yeah, so, in these areas, I will let you know if anything changes. I don't know for a fact if it will, because I'm going to clear my inventory quick. The thing is, I could use the dark oak slabs like I have on the bow. The problem with that is that on iron bars, it really just doesn't look quite right. They're a bit too thick, because obviously they're a whole block, so I don't know, I'll think of something. It would be nice if we had like a half block that was like the width of a fence or something, or a wall. I don't think we do. If I'm wrong, let me know. I would love to be wrong on that. But yeah, that just looks weird. And the thing is, the iron bars actually I think they look really good there. They look pretty much exactly like what the ship had. And yeah, so anyway, got the 2 generator rooms in there. Well, that's okay. 1 generator room in there, 1 generator room on this side. I think they're generator rooms. Oh god, I need to check the deck plans now. Oh, I hope they're generator rooms. If they're not, I'll let you guys know, probably in the next clip that I actually talk in, because the next clip I record, I'm going to be time-lapsing. Oh, by the way, that ship over there. So this, I've always had the intention of turning this into the Olympic. I recently had a thought, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rip this ship down, and I am going to do a tutorial on this ship. So this will not be here in the next video. In fact, over the next few clips you might just see it getting gradually destroyed as I get rid of bits of it. yeah, but, so, yeah, once this is done, once the time-lapse of this is done, and I have a ship here, I'm going to build this, because at that point I will have a ship to reference. I think I've told you guys this before, but I am legitimately freestyling every part of this, which is why it hasn't been a tutorial. Because I don't have a tutorial, I don't have a plan in mind, I'm just building this in the way that I think looks right, and so far it's going well. And I think a lot of you guys seem to agree, and I'm really grateful to see you guys' comments. So thank you for that. Anyway, I won't stall any longer. I think it's time to get on with the time lapse. So, yep, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, so that last time lapse should have shown me filling all of this. Oh, don't mind my inventory right now. This is unimportant. We don't need to see any of this. Anyway, I'll let you take one guess how I decided to destroy this. Anyway, so, yeah. That's basically it now. I realized, I think in the last video I did actually show that. I'm sorry, yeah, I think I already said this. I lost the video file, so I don't know what I added last time and what I've added since. I have a rough idea, but I'm pretty sure I'd already done this. And this is fine because, like, sea lanterns, believe it or not, are actually fairly inconspicuous, especially when they're at the corner. Like, if they weren't at the corner, it might be a bit more of an issue, but because they're at the corner, I can only get away with this because they're at the corner of the build. Because they're at the corner, it actually, like, they don't stand out at all, but they give you this great, just light through there. So if I go time set night, oh, spell night right. Let's go midnight. They give you this great just illumination. It's kind of just around their area, because obviously I'm not using ray tracing on Minecraft. Ooh, I'd be interested to see how this looked with ray tracing. Probably looked terrible because there aren't many lights on it, but, you know. And I thought I'd done this stairwell. Anyway, I'm definitely doing that off camera. And, yeah, I'd actually forgotten that I'd done some of the ship's interiors. Obviously nothing major, but I mean, it kind of gives you the basic impression of what the ship was, which I'm happy with. Can come down here, press the button, there we go. Yeah, so, anyway, what was I doing? That's a good question. Okay, so let's get back on the forecastle, and I will... Right, yeah, I had something that I actually wanted to show you guys. So, I think I've already shown you guys this. I don't remember for a fact, so I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of the inside of the forecastle. So this is underneath the cargo hatch. This is, yeah. End rods, because I wanted light in here, and that's a pretty... Like, I think that's actually a pretty subtle way of doing it. I wish the particle effects weren't there, but there's nothing I can do about that. And it's not, like, it's not terribly noticeable. Obviously, like, if you know what Minecraft is, then you know these are end rods, and they give off light. But I think if you were new to the game, you wouldn't necessarily know what these are. The iron bar is kind of a dead giveaway, but at the same time, if I put another end rod there, it would still look off. So I think it's fine. And, yeah, so that's about it. This door leads to the same thing these doors do, and you can see I can see it from inside, so... And the same for here. So this part of the ship is nice and symmetrical. This middle bit is not, obviously. There are no doors. I think I actually omitted a room in here. Oh no, the room's in there. I just haven't done anything with it yet. Okay. There we go. Anyway, sorry, getting sidetracked as always. Although I do like walking the decks like this. This feels so nice to just walk on the ship's decks. As if she were still around. Walking on this bit. Okay, admittedly the railings here are a bit high. Of course, because that's a half slab, and there's not really anything I could do about that. So, yeah. If I go... Okay, we're actually gonna have to fly again. So, if I come over here, I wanted to show you guys this. So, put this away. I need smooth quartz. Give me a sec. There we go. Okay, get these blocks back up. So, if we go... So, we've got one block overhang, so go 3 blocks in. And that's a C. Oh, right, yeah, 1 block down. So, this would be where the ship's windows kind of start. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. And the reason I'm using stairs, and the reason I've done 3 like that, is because looking at Titanic, on C deck there were 3 slightly smaller windows, and because we've done it that way, it means we can now do the next group of 18, and yes, I've counted the windows individually, so the next group is 18 windows. We'll put a 2... I don't like it, but this block is technically right, so we'll do it right. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't remember if there were boarding doors on C deck. Thinking about what the ship looks like on the inside, I'm pretty sure there aren't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, other than, of course, yes, at the second class area. There are boarding doors there. Anyway, so now we've got 3, and then we've got a row of 18, and now we want to go 1, 1, 2, we want 1 block there, then we want to go 1, 2, we want 1, 2. So these windows are actually right next to each other, but obviously because they're full blocks, I can't really do that. And this is actually fine. It looks alright. So now what we're going to do, and I'm going to have to make some compromises here coming up, and you'll see what those are. So anyway, what we do now is we want 2 smaller windows, and then a group, and then a row of 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I want the 2 smaller windows again. So 1, 2. Then we want 1. Oops, that was a mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we want 2 smaller windows again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And actually I'm going to stop this pattern at this point because now I want to do the second class bit. So we have obviously this block here. I don't remember if this overhang. Okay, this doesn't overhang, so we're actually going to go right here. We're going to go break that, perfect. Where would the deck go? Ah, that's a shame, because that actually would be perfect. That's okay. So we'll just go one block down instead. We will go block there, perfect. Now we want stairs there and there, good. And we want 4 of these. There we go. 4. The second class boarding doors, which would just go here like this. 1, 2, actually. Yeah, because the deck's right. Is that right? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So, now that we've done that, we can go. I'll actually turn this around. 1, 2. And that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there we go, that's the second class boarding area. And I've immediately messed up. So this should be, well actually that should be that, and this should be blocks. There we go. And now I need to add 2 more windows. 2 more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep. Forgive me, it is late. My math skills are not quite where they should be, but there we go. So that's basically the second class entrances done. Now, if I wanted to be a bit more accurate, what I could do is something like that, because the doors were lower down than the windows in reality. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have the doors like that, because that's what works on this model, and I already showed you we can't move the windows up at all. That's the only problem with doing windows this way, is I can't move them up by just like half a block. But of course, like, that would result regardless of how I did the windows, so, yeah. And now we want that little group of 2 again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're actually going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to flip the windows like that, and that way I'll know roughly where to stop doing these, and we'll do something similar to make them match up. In fact, we will do it now. We'll just do that. That's too much of a gap, so what I'm going to do instead is, yeah, definitely too much of a gap. So just do that. 1, 2, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So ideally, I would do 6 all the way along, just a bunch of 6s. I don't think that'll be possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, then we get stopped there. So that's okay. And it... I do wonder, though, if I did this as a group of 4 instead... Once again, experimenting, because none of this is final. There we go. Group of 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we could do that. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't really like it. However, I could add just another set of 4 in somewhere, I believe. Let's go right here. Let's just make this a group of 4. Again, all of this, I am 100% winging it, so things are bound to go wrong. And that's okay. So we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. This is an interesting predicament, isn't it? Okay, again, I don't like it, but that's okay. It's not accurate, because there would have been groups of 4 and groups of 6. I don't remember the exact numbers, so I'm kinda just winging that, and that's okay. But this looks very, very close to what was on C deck on the Titanic. And obviously, the compromise that's being made here is, with stairs, you can't put glass in here. You can certainly try as hard as you might, but it's not going to work. So, we can put, I was just going to try it then. You can put glass in these ones, maybe this one should be a glass block, but obviously not in the stairs. That's fine, and there is, so there is actually another way to do windows. And I was kind of debating whether or not I wanted to show you guys it. I think I'll show you in another video when I'm actually working on the interior. So for right now, I'm going to leave it, and you might get to see that later on. Anyway, so moving on. Just going to quickly pull this back one more. Good. And actually, another one after that. Ideally, I would always have a block and a half over it, but that's not always the case already, as down here we do have just a single block, so you could just jump over the gunwale. Obviously not recommended, probably bad for your health, but that's okay. I wanted to try, in this video, to get the front wall of B deck in. It's a little bit challenging because I don't know where the center is. I think that's about right. I'll go ahead and count. Actually, I want to sort out so I can click on the blocks. I don't know if this works on Java. I know it works on Bedrock. Okay, good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So now we'll go out to about there. That gives 3 blocks, which is actually a bit much, but we do need a staircase on the outside, so that's okay. And we'll go out, give it another 3 blocks, like that. And then we'll just build this up to deck height, which I think I've decided is going to be 4 blocks tall, which actually means that this model is taller than the Titanic, which is fine. And what's really interesting about B deck, actually, is if I get all of this in, so obviously this would be the floor of A deck. But what's interesting about B deck is if I just come out here like this, and give it 1 block overhang, that is equivalent to the front of A deck. So that's good. I really need the metal block marked. I'm just going to put a hole in the wall for now. That'll do. So what I do want to do actually is, I think there should be a window here. I'm going to break a door here, and then 2 more windows, 1 there, there. Good. And then middle block goes back in because now I know where it is. Then we can do that again. There we go. Door and window. That looks way too close, doesn't it? So instead, maybe if I flip this like this, move the door over a block, separate that, and put this window here. Yep. So this window needs to go like, not like that, like this. There we go. Blocks here. Blocks there. Break this away. And put a window in. There we go. And that actually looks You know what? Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think that looks pretty good. And now, for the interesting bit. So, we need now to get the pillars in. I'm going to separate them by 2 blocks each, because I think that should be about right. So I'm actually going to put a deck in. I'm going to go ahead and put the floor for a deck in, and I'll be right back with you in a sec. So just excuse me for a sec while I do this. I'm not going to do the back of it because there's actually something special that I need to do for that. So I will show you that, bring you back in for that, bring you back in for the walls on B deck and everything. But I'm going to do this off camera, so I will be right back with you. Okay, so I might have gotten a bit carried away, but it gets the idea across. And yes, oh, the propeller's back here that I was practicing. These are 1-to-1 scale. This is the best that I could do. I am actually really happy with the side screws. I think I got these pretty much spot on. The central one, not so much. If any of you have any ideas on how you could do a 3-bladed central propeller at just 5 blocks wide, please let me know. But as far as I'm aware, that's the best that you can do. Anyway, so here's what's interesting about A deck. You have this little part, right? So this on B deck is actually a little, like, self-contained building, and there would be a little path around here, so you would have, branching off of this, you'd have another little path here, on both sides. This is symmetrical. And then you'd have another bit there, which would actually be B deck. I've done this wrong already. So, okay, so having looked, I'm going to put this here, and I also realized I got this backwards, so the 8 should be on this side and the 4 should be on this side, and I'll fix that now. So I'll just do that. Break this down. I shouldn't need any more room than what was already available, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Doors go there. And then if we start this... what side are these on? Okay, so if we start this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Alright. And that's actually spot on. That's exactly how that should be. Because I got this backwards. I don't even know how I managed to get this backwards. So just ignore, like, what I told you before. It's 4 towards the bow, and 8 towards the stern. Really not a fan of the reaching distance on Java. Anyway, there we go. And that looks nice. So now I'm just going to come back here and make sure that these are in line with each other. Whoops. Perfectly in line with each other. There we go. So we just need to get rid of 3 blocks. Then we'll remove all this. And then I'm going to do what I was trying to do earlier. So we're going to go 3 blocks in... no. 4 blocks in. Because obviously we've got the overhang block, and then 1 over this, 1, 2, that'll be the deck, and this will be the wall. So from here we go 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, and in. That is not perfect, however, I think that can be fixed by doing a little bit of this. Or, bear with me, what I might do is actually push this deck one back, because these two shouldn't be the same size. In fact, that looks a lot closer to what the ship was, actually. So we'll do that. And we'll do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. And then we will bring a deck one block back. Perfect. And that's actually spot on. That's exactly what I want there. So, now that that's in place, make sure that I don't have any slabs on this. Good. So, the reason I've got slabs at the bow and not at the stern is because looking at the stern, you can see the shear actually starts at the well deck here, stretching all the way up, obviously, to the flag. Whereas at the bow, if I quickly run over there, it's going to take a little while. Titanic's not a small ship. Small by today's standards, but that doesn't mean she's small. The shear actually starts here at the superstructure and continues up the well deck, then up the forecastle. Yeah. So, with that in place now, I think it's time to fill in... Ooh, wait, no. A little bit more to do. There's like one extra thing I want to do. So, without any further ado, let's do that. We'll do that, and we'll do that. That's fine. It's, again, not perfect, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. And now, I want to do this, this, and this. Beautiful. The only problem is that this was actually a lot smaller. I think I can go bigger than that, though. So if I go slab, stairs, block, how does that look? Yeah, that looks okay. It's a bit bigger than it should be in reality, but there's not much I can do about that. Half slab stairs. So that's fine, and I'll do the same thing at the stern. Ooh. Okay, actually at the stern that could be a problem. I'll put it in, we'll see if it stays. So, I actually... Oh god, that's a sorry side, isn't it? So, I'd rather the pillars not be like this, but see, the slabs are a real problem. I would kind of like to do something where we use maybe walls? And this is where the problem of not having like properly white walls comes in. I'm keeping the sword in the inventory, by the way, so that I can not do that. Figured that little trick out a while ago on my phone when it was still Pocket Edition, not just Bedrock. So I think, because this slab is separate anyway, that kind of works. It's not, again, it's not really what I want. If I could do that... In fact, yeah, I might just drag this out a little bit more. I don't know, it's not exactly what I want, but... This is why I don't really do shears on ships in Minecraft. I mean, don't get me wrong, when I do the tutorial I will show you how to do the shear, but it is a pain to do. So, now, what am I missing? What am I missing? Right, so, I'm trying, not what am I missing, per se. I mean, obviously, like, I'm just talking. So, now I want to, yes. Getting sidetracked, as always. Anyway, back to the stern. So, now I want to do the same thing, except this time, 1, 2, how many should we have? I've got a little model of Titanic in front of me, so let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 little bars. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's intentional. 6. And then we do this, because this one is one of the easier ones, because we can actually just do that, and that looks right, I think. Okay, I'm going to take the number of these down to 5, because it should actually be a little bit smaller than this. That's okay. We can sacrifice a little bit for accuracy. That's okay. That looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. So let's do that on the other side of the ship, and then we're good to go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 block, 1 half slab, 1 stair, and 2 blocks. There we go! Alright, spot on. And now, time to fill this gap. So, I will be time-lapsing this. So, talk to you again in a sec. Alright, so we're back. And yes, that got broken more. It's going to be quite a task to remove, so I'm just getting it done while I'm on the game anyway, because it's kind of a nice little break from building the Titanic. Not that I don't enjoy building the Titanic, I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's like a nice little break from just building everything, which is nice. And I'm just gonna go ahead and build this out all the way to the stern. Now, this is going to be an interesting bit as well, because, once again, much like on C deck, the aft parts of this... Oh, C and B deck, actually. No, sorry, C deck's the wall deck. I don't know, I'm getting confused this late. Just B deck. Much like on B deck, the forward and aft parts of this bit of the hull will not have this. They will be purely just railing. Oh, also, I'm getting rid of this, because this should not be here. There we go. Perfect. Yes. So, do the same thing on the other side. And we're actually getting pretty close to the superstructure being complete. So obviously, there are features missing. I'm not saying there aren't. There are a ton of features missing from this build. And that's okay. One of the obviously main features missing right now that I could actually put in are the windows on B deck. There's a good reason I'm not doing those, and I will not, well, I probably won't be doing those for a little while, and I'll explain why. So, basically, B deck has hull entry doors. It's one of like 2 decks on the ship that does, the other being D deck, which is here in the black hull, so this just doesn't have any windows yet, obviously. B deck has hull entry doors, and they're going to be visible, and they're not like those ones either, because the B deck ones need to lead into the grand staircase, and I am going to be building an interior into this ship, so I need to have that positioned pretty much exactly right. So that's going to be an interesting thing. I'm going to go ahead and build that, and that, just because it looks weird to have a vertical line there, so that looks a bit more natural. And, yeah, we're actually almost done, so, I'm going to go ahead and do one thing fast. I'm going to mark out the location and rough skeleton, this is getting exciting now, of the boat deck area. So this is the floor of the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I've kind of been debating this for a little while, how I want to do the bridge. Because the problem with the, oh god, you can see the Olympic. The problem with this is, if I do it like this, then all the windows are going to be offset to one side, and I can't like have anything in the middle unless I put like a whole block in the middle and then just do the bridge windows like that, which isn't going to look particularly good. It's going to be a bit off, a bit meh, and of course I'd have to put like slabs in it. So I'm undecided on that for right now. There's a decent chance the windows will just be off a little bit. I'm not fond of the idea, but I don't really see many ways out of it. What I will say is I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. We need a 1 block overhang here. This is the bridge wing. There we go. And that's done. So, now we'll bring this down as well. There we go. So the bridge wing will actually be overhanging a little bit, and that looks pretty well. Maybe I should do, instead of that, maybe I should do 2 here, then 1, then another 2. That look better? Ah, yeah, that looks quite a bit better. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And again, this is just me marking out a basic skeleton, so I have a rough idea of where I want everything to go. I should mention as well, this is something that will be changed on the model that we do a tutorial on, because this does not happen on the Olympic. On the Olympic, it would be like that. Olympic's bridge rooms were flush with her hull. Another interesting thing that we will be building on this ship, but I have no intention of laying it out tonight, is the wheelhouse. I'll explain that when we actually get around to building it. Anyway, so I want 1, 2, skip 2, 1, 2, skip 1, 1, 2. That, and that. I'm okay with doing that on A deck because that actually looks pretty good. Yeah, it doesn't, well, it doesn't look good, it doesn't look bad though, so I'm fine with it. And we can go 1, 2, skip 2, 1, 2, skip 1, 1, 2. Stairs, that, there we go. Yeah, so we're getting pretty close to this model actually being done, which is kind of a scary thought. When I say done, obviously, I mean like externally. I'm gonna do all the decking off camera. I made the mistake of trying to do that on camera last time, and that definitely a mistake. Don't do that if you're ever building Titanic on recording. Don't build the decks while you're recording. Just do them off camera. Make everyone's life a lot nicer. Because that's most of what the last video was, if I remember correctly. I just gotta take this. I don't actually know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of. I want a rough estimate. So. Yeah. The model's saying take it to the 4th one here, which would be here. Okay? Yeah. Obviously there are a few sacrifices on this. Most of the sacrifices that I've made are so that it can be more historically accurate. A couple of them are just so that it works in Minecraft. Such as the windows on Sea Deck, for example. Not the, well, some of the portholes and also the actual, like, second-class windows. Interesting about A deck, so we frequently call just the entire, I mean, I also do this, just the entire white section of Titanic the superstructure. And while that is sort of correct, the more appropriate thing is that actually C deck was built with the hull. So what that means is that B deck and A deck were built separately. I think B deck might have been built with the hull. I need to look into that one. I'm not 100% sure on that. But what I do know is that A deck for sure is actually Superstructure. It might be the only deck that is actually truly Superstructure. Oh, I'm gonna add the. It's annoying me that it's not on there. So I am going to go ahead and add the iron bars. I'm gonna go ahead and set the time to day as well. Would you believe it? I've just been building this ship at night the whole time. Thank goodness my brightness is up, because I don't think you'd be able to see it otherwise. So we'll just do that. There we go. All the way across. All the way. And there we go. So, I gotta say, I'm liking it so far. This is going together really well. So, obviously I need to finish the deck on Seed. Well, I actually need to do all the decks on the inside as well, which is going to be fun. I need to finish A deck, boat deck, B deck, C deck. I'll just leave it at those for now, because those are the easy ones. I really want to get the long open part of the A deck promenade in, so just give me one sec. Okay. So it ends about halfway along the ship's length. So if I zoom out... Oh, I should mention as well, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, the ship's superstructure is 100 meters long, which is pretty long for a ship's superstructure. That's pretty decent. I'm gonna put it here. I think this is a little bit more than halfway along the ship. Yeah, so that should be about perfect. It's about as close as I'm ever gonna get. So we'll just do that. And I'm sorry, it's going to be... If any of you were expecting 100% historical accuracy, well, you've already seen what to expect. As close as I can get. A deck is going to be a little bit different because I just can't be bothered. The support pillars on A deck are just going to be placed higgledy-piggledy wherever they fit. Not like wherever they... Like, I'm going to do the same thing that I've done on the other like parts of the ship, obviously. So it's consistent, but I'm not going to, like... I'm not going to be super nitpicky about where they go. So, like, for example, I'm going to do one here, 2, good, 1, 2, good, and this seems like a good space for a 1, 2. Anyway, you get the idea. So, I will keep up with that, and, oops, didn't actually mean to open my inventory there. Let's go ahead and fill in the walls on A deck. And then I can call the superstructure complete, so yeah, we're actually almost done with this model. That's good. You can see, by the way, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, the mock-up funnel down there. So I was streaming with, I was in a call with a friend, and we kind of, I was working on this at the time. It wasn't anywhere near this level of complete. Oh, that looks so good! Look at that! Sorry, anyway, getting off topic. So, I built this. This is 1-to-1 scale. Titanic funnels are surprisingly small. Like, obviously, like, That's not a small build right there, but next to the ship herself, they're actually not that big. So, yeah, you kind of see, like, even the funnels on this ship are severely oversized. Because the thing is, this is 1 to 10 scale, which actually means that these should be 2 blocks tall. To be honest, they don't look bad. So, anyway, what else to say, what else to say, what else to say? I think that's actually going to be it for this. Oh, I really want to do the bridge now. This is the problem, I just can't stop, and this is a mistake because, like, if I want to change anything later, then it's too late, but, well, I probably won't want to change anything later, so that's okay. Put the windows in, the pillars. Actually, I'm going to do something different here, so I'm actually just going to put slabs over the top of this. And that actually looks quite a bit like the Wheelhouse. I am going to kind of slope this up. I don't remember for a fact if the ship actually had that. I think she did. I could certainly be mistaken though. But yeah, I'm just gonna do this. The bridge, I'm still at a bit of a loss as far as what to do. I'm just going to build this up like that. I'll actually leave that open for now so I can mess with that in the future. And we will put these over the top of this. There we go. That looks quite nice. This here. And let's decorate it with this. Okay, that's actually the last thing I'm doing tonight because it is very late. It is after 10 for me, and I do have to work tomorrow, so I gotta go now. Oh god, it's annoying me. Okay, so I am going to go now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's certainly been quite interesting to record, I gotta say. And I didn't fill in this part of boat deck, or boat deck, A deck. Okay, while I fill this in, I will do my outro. So, it's actually been rather fun to record, I gotta say. And I love when I get to this part on a Titanic build because this is when the shape actually starts appearing. This is when, like, obviously, like, the hull is good fun because the hull's, like, got that ship shape to it, and you can, like, add the curve, the elegance, like, the curve is the elegant part of the ship, but this is what makes the ship Titanic. Like, these parts here. This is what differentiates her from her sisters. And, oh, I'm loving building it, because it's all the finer details now, and you get to do neat little tricks with blocks to make it look better than some of them, and, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anyway, so, yeah, I've had a lot of fun building this. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it, and, let me know if you want me to do it in this style in the future, because this is actually... I'll be honest, when I started recording, I did not intend to record it this way. I intended to do a time-lapse of just building the superstructure and putting the windows in, but it ended up being quite a bit more, and I'm actually glad about that, because I like to bring you guys in and show you the process. So let me know what you think of that. If you don't like it, then I'll stop doing it. If you do like it, then great. Anyway, so a few more things. Next video will probably be finishing a deck, and actually next video the deck should be in as well. Also by next video, Olympic should be gone. If it's not, she'll disappear during the video. But yeah, so next video should be, so the deck should already be in, and it'll be like putting the windows on a deck, maybe on boat deck, and doing the deck houses on boat deck. And maybe the lifeboats as well, because I do have some ideas for those. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that, and I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing it, and without stalling any further, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.